the Red Sox, the team of the day for acquiring Sonny Gray, and very interesting how Chaim Bloom is now running the Cardinals and making a deal with the team that he used to run. What do you think of this trade?
This was quite interesting. And really, it's the second big surprise of the week. Simeon for Nimmo was one. This one is another because my expectation from the Red Sox was that they were going to go to a guy they believed would slot in with some certainty as a number two starter in a postseason series behind Garrett Crochet. I'm not sure Sonny Gray at 36 years old is that anymore. Now, Sonny Gray has some things to definitely recommend him. Strikeout to walk rate last year, fourth best in the major leagues. You see the numbers right there. Skubal was best, Crochet of the Red Sox next, Wu, and then Sonny Gray even ahead of Paul Skeens. 201 strikeouts, second straight 200 strikeout campaign for Gray. The Red Sox obviously love the swing and miss. He threw 180 innings. I don't know that he's an ace or even a number two anymore, but he's still a quality major league pitcher. You run the risk of the age coming into play in his age 36 season, but certainly he has not showed signs of slowing down yet, and he keeps himself in excellent shape. That all said, I thought the Cardinals did well. They did well to get Richard Fitz, who's a major league pitcher, and Clark, who is one of the Red Sox, or had been one of the Red Sox top prospects. They send the Red Sox $20 million of the $41 million that Gray is owed with his restructured contract. So the Red Sox obligation will be $21 million. That's a reasonable number on a one-year deal for sure. But the Cardinals get players, they get financial relief, and because this deal was front-loaded, Gray's 3-year, $75 million deal, they got the value out of Gray in those first 2 years, and now the big money has to go be paid by the Red Sox in part with the Cardinals. So thought the Cardinals did well. I'm not sure the Red Sox did well enough, but maybe they see this differently. Maybe they say, you know what? We're not giving $150 million to Dylan Cease or Framber Valdez or Ranger Suarez or Imai. No, let's do 1 year with Sonny Gray, do some other things to upgrade offensively, maybe get another lesser starter as well. I don't know what they're thinking exactly, but it was an interesting choice to me, the one that they made.
Can you glean anything else from it? Because you kind of just hit on it. Breslow said, hey, we want to get that 1A. We're not looking at 3s, 4s, and 5s. But they're spending the exact same, essentially the exact same money that they spent on Walker Buehler. So can we glean the fact that unless there's a free agent out there that is in the Sonny Gray category and will accept 20 or less million a year, the Red Sox are done hunting for pitchers?
I never want to rule anything out, Eric, because at this time of year, things happen that you don't expect. We've seen that already this offseason, and it's still early, and we've seen surprises. But it doesn't seem to me that that's the direction they want to go. They've got other options too. Remember, they've got the two kids coming back, Tolley and Early, that were so good last year for them. They've got Brian Bayo. They've got Crochet, of course. They have a number of different options, and maybe even Patrick Sandoval comes into play this year. So I don't know that they're done. I can see this being their big pitching move and then investing the rest in offense, but it's hard to know for sure what they're thinking.
All right. Can we rule out JT Realmuto to the Red Sox? I mean, it's hard for me to see it, especially with the fact that you're probably looking at $15 million a year, and it would be kind of a platoon / Narvaez and Realmuto role. Can we rule that out, even though we just saw, it was just written that there's interest, the old interest word?
Yeah, I wrote it. And I don't write stories about teams being interested in players lightly because, as the story mentions, every team is interested in every player for the most part at this time of year. But I heard this yesterday from a couple of different places. Now, I didn't hear it strong enough to think that it's likely or anything like that, but I thought it was interesting because JT Realmuto, who is going to be entering his age 35 season, is a fit for the Red Sox in a certain respect. If you pair him with Narvaez, who did struggle at the end of last year, albeit with a knee injury, you pair him with Narvaez, you DH him as well, and you re-sign Alex Bregman or another bat. Maybe it's Pete Alonso. That's 2 bats instead of 1. And it just gives you a little bit more oomph. Now, JT Realmuto is still one of the most athletic, if not the most athletic catchers in the game. He's a guy that any team would want. Now, is this the Red Sox top priority? No, I don't believe it is. But could it be something that develops in a certain scenario? I don't see why not. He's a right-handed bat. They need that. He's a leader. They need that. And he is still a highly regarded catcher. But when you look at his market, of course, the expectation within the industry, and my expectation as well, is that he'll re-sign with the Philadelphia Phillies. One of the points of writing something like this, and we listed some other teams as well, is to show that it's not just the Phillies. It's never just one team looking at these guys. And teams will make mistakes, in my opinion, when they think, he has no market. We're good. It's too often in free agency, you can get blindsided when you think that way. Do I think this is likely with Real Muto to Boston? No. But it certainly is interesting to me that it would at least be a possibility for them in the many, many possibilities that they are considering.
Hey, for all the parents out there with teens, it's more hectic now than ever.
Cash App's going to help, not hurt.
With the Cash App card, available to teens 13 to 17 with sponsorship by an eligible parent or guardian, every transaction triggers a real-time notification for you to see, empowering your teen to practice independence while giving you peace of mind by keeping track of their spending. You can also manage everything directly from your own Cash App account without having to switch between the two. With the Cash App card, you and your teen's balances receive 24/7 fraud monitoring, and if something ever feels off, you have the ability to lock their card right from your phone in just one tap. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code FAMILY10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partner. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Direct deposit and promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures.
Bregman, Alonso, which is a better fit? To me, Bregman kind of going to Boston just kind of screams perfect fit for Boston. I know they have some young internal candidates that could play third base, but I felt like Bregman was the exact guy that team needed.
I agree with that, Kevin. And to me, Bregman is a difference maker in so many ways. Obviously, the bat, that's one thing. The defense, really good. That's another thing. And also that intangible that he brings to a team. And we've seen it now, and we've seen it documented. He helps other players improve. He makes suggestions, even to pitchers, and he is a total difference maker in the clubhouse. Now, that's not why you sign a guy. If he's not a good enough player, you don't. But Bregman, to me, is still the best fit. I know they've got Meyer, and they want to find a position for him, but you put Bregman at third base, you worry about the rest later. He's a better fit than Alonso for me. One, because of the defensive ability. Two, because you have Tristan Casas. First base is an easier position to fill long-term if Casas is not the answer. So while Alonso would be a good fit as well if they lost Bregman, Bregman to me still is the guy that they should be targeting first and foremost, and I expect that they will.
All right. Now that Sonny Gray's gone, Arenado and Willson Contreras. Is it more likely, less likely because of how much the money was taken, or is this agenda number 1 and 2 to possibly get rid of Willson Contreras and Arenado?
Arenado for sure. He's going to go, in my expectation. Willson Contreras is a little bit different. He has said he wants to stay. Now, will he want to stay once they start trading not only those guys, but Brendan Donovan and potentially Lars Nootbaar, Nolan Gorman? That's a different question. And maybe at that point, Willson Contreras says, you know what, I can go too. It's kind of the same logic, different circumstance, but we've written this, Dan Hayes of The Athletic has, that if the Twins keep taking it apart, if they trade Joe Ryan, trade Pablo Lopez, then Byron Buxton would say, what am I doing here? I can get traded too. I'll be waiving my no trade clause if you find the right fit. I expect that if the Cardinals completely tear it up, as it appears they will do to a certain extent, then maybe Contreras reconsiders.